Some quick coverage of some clips that I just saw on Twitter that interest me involving this whole Eric July ISOM drama. I just saw these two clips, so I thought I would talk about them, kind of break them down, play them, and discuss my thoughts. So EVS was in Eric July's chat during one of his live streams, and somebody in his barrage of mods obviously banned EVS because we can see in the video that I'm going to play in a moment, EVS pop up in the chat responding to something Eric had said, and then poof, he just vanishes, and then Eric responds by saying that he can't find EVS's message, Ethan Van Sciver's message, which of course isn't there because he's been removed from your chat. So
hey man, appreciate you. Ice on one cover C, because we have moved into our new mass print. You can get that thing for like 20 bucks. What happened? What happened? Something happened? Did I miss something? What did something happen? EVS is calling you a liar. Oh, okay. I don't see that. Yeah, I'm not seeing. I'm scrolling up. I don't see that. Even if he did, whatever. Like, it is what it is.
So I suppose so much for monetizing the haters. That kind of goes out the window when the people who work for you, in a sense, as your moderators, are banning people because they say that something you said isn't true. Kind of goes against that. Same stream, actually, was where the next clip happened, which was, of course, Eric deciding to take jabs at the people he said he wouldn't talk about, which is Veto. Veto, of course, coming out with his comic book Super Killer, and this is, had a date that was set for it to be coming out. That date wasn't met, apparently, so Eric is going to poke fun at that.
So that's my thing. It's like some of these fat guys that are talking about me. One fat guy in particular had a project that supposedly was supposed to like actually fulfill in October. Then they pushed it back to February of next year. And I'm like, okay, guys, you spending all this fucking time talking about me. Finish your shit. Are y'all forgetting who we're doing this for? We're not doing this, at least I don't, maybe you do, for Hassad and status among peers. You have a product to deliver for customers that paid for it, man. If you want to talk about time management, if you were spending less time worried about me, right, you'd be putting your own shit out and getting it to the people that paid for it. So, but that's a commentator that does a comic on the side. It's not a comic, but that guy's not running a comic book business.
If Eric wanted to pull out of this situation, and he should have done this a long time ago, the correct thing to do was either to ignore this shit or address it in a funny way. And instead, Eric has shown again and again that it's impossible for him to do that. He has to spaz out. He has to have sort of a conniption fit on the internet. And I don't know if, the things that Eric and Veto say really get to him, or if it's the fact that he can see that there's pockets of the fan base that are turning against him, as well as parts of, obviously the collective ecosystem of indie comics due to the whole EVS thing. And that really just not looking good. The text messages that were sent to EVS, I can't stress enough that does not look good any way you stretch it. Now, obviously, there's the phone call. People have been taking up battle lines on that as to whether they take EVS's word on that. I have said that I don't question for a second that I think that call happened and was legitimate. If you read that text, it's right on par with that. At this point, I think it's better for Eric July to just ignore EVS. So it's possible he told his chat to ban him if he popped up. We don't have evidence of that. So although I've seen some people saying it, I don't think that's necessarily provable. But it's interesting stuff. It definitely is evidence, again, of Eric July just not being capable of ignoring this stuff. I don't know what it is with people when they get on the internet, but they find a need to make noise when there doesn't really need to be, or they find a need to pick fights when there doesn't really need to be. The fight with Veto is one thing, but everybody else that's been tied into it, well, that only happened really because of Eric. It didn't happen because of Dick. It didn't happen because of Veto. It didn't happen because of Nick Rekieta. It happened because Eric July doesn't know how to react to his own fan base. He doesn't know how to react to people outside his fan base, and he reacted poorly when he tried to. But yeah, that's what I saw. That's my reaction to it. Take it easy. Peace.